been to a Yuck Yuck show before? Okay, right? How many people have not been to a Yuck Yuck show before? It's always funny when some people clap at both of those. I'm just, I suffer from blackouts, maybe I've been here, maybe I haven't. Okay, cool. Well, if you have been to a show before, or if you haven't, oh my God, you came on an amazing night tonight. If you haven't seen, there's a couple cameras around. We are taping tonight's show for the Yuck Yuck's YouTube channel. And in case you didn't know this too, you were going to be witnessing a festival showcase. It is the Just for Laughs Festival Showcase. All the comics that are on tonight are coming out and showing their the best of the best of what they got for hopefully a chance to go off to beautiful, fabulous Montreal for the festival there. So, okay, all right. You can applaud that if you want. And if there are people here tonight that are coming out to support a comic that is coming onto the stage tonight, thank you. That's always nice for you guys to do. You know, it's nice to come out and be supportive of your friends. And it's tricky sometimes though, because you know, we all want to come up here and do well, but you know, sometimes as comics, you know, we don't always, especially on like amateur nights and things like that, you know, and we always want to get feedback from our friends, and you know, no matter how the set goes, you know, we're always like, you know, going up to our friends afterwards that were supportive to us. It's like, hey, how did I do tonight? And they were like, well, it took a lot of guts to get up there. No, but how did I do up on stage? Well, it took a lot of guts to get up there. But don't worry about that. All these comics that are on tonight are awesome. They're amazing. Your feature act tonight, a very, very funny guy who's going to be here all weekend long. A very, very funny Jason J. Whitehead. He's in the back of the room. Make him feel warm and welcome. Jason's coming up there. And I did much in Montreal, which is one of my favorite cities in this lovely country. Did you guys enjoy Montreal? Yes? No? Yes? I love Montreal. I love it. I love Vancouver too, but I love Montreal because I think, in my opinion, Montreal is Canada's only excuse city. Right? Like any crazy shit you get up to, you can always just blame it on Montreal. It's the best, right? It's basically Canada's only Las Vegas. You know, in Las Vegas, they pitch it to you like it's an excuse city, right? They always say, hey, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, or hey, come to Las Vegas and kill a hooker, it doesn't count, don't worry about it. We got lots of them, right? But the only... Was I taking a shot at one of your coworkers? I don't understand. Okay, all right, I'm just saying, then maybe don't go to Las Vegas, because apparently they got a surplus. But then Montreal is the only city in Canada where you can do something like that, right? Because you're never going to be able to get away with saying, but honey, I had to sleep with those two waitresses, I was in Winnipeg. That is just not going to hold up in love court. I'm sorry about that. And trust me, fellas, what happens in Vancouver will still make it back to Vancouver. I've learned that a couple of times myself. I was in, and I don't mean to brag, I was in Calgary earlier about 2 weekends ago. And Calgary, it's what it is. And it's east of us. And I enjoy Calgary in the summertime. I'm not a big fan of winter at all on any degree. And I think if you can gradually go into winter, that's fine, right? Just gradually slide into winter. But I just don't like those moments where you're sort of like, you know, like one day it's completely fine, and then the next morning, boom, there's a foot of snow. I don't enjoy that. That is just, I'm too shell-shocked from that. I don't enjoy it, right? And it's like on Thursday in Calgary, it was very nice, right? It was cool jacket weather. It was pleasant to go out and walk around. And then, of course, Friday morning, boom, a foot of snow. And so weather-wise, it was kind of like going to sleep with a beautiful woman, and then you wake up in the morning, and she's got a dick and a beard. I was like, holy shit, did you just grow that overnight? That's not possible. That's maybe if I woke up and you had a stubble and a larger clitoris. Hey, maybe, but a full... All right, I know that maybe you can't relate to that. Dramatic weather changes, but that's okay. That's all right. Are you guys a big drinking crowd tonight? Yes? Oh yeah. That came out of a very sober head. Oh yeah, I'm speaking for the rest. Are you the designated driver? You got a bottle of water in front of you. Okay, all right, okay. That was your moment to be like a responsible person, but thank you for holding up your booze bottle. If you guys are drinking tonight, try to behave yourselves, okay? Just try, you know? Because I enjoy drinking, but I don't like drunks, you know? I don't like those people you gotta take care of at the end of the night. There's always one at every table. That guy that you gotta babysit, you know? That guy that gets really drunk, who's like, hey man, I'm hammered, where are your power tools? Like that kind of guy? Well, you've been drinking rye all afternoon. There's a table saw. Let's see what happens. Okay. That's like, well, if I ever come home and if I've had too much to drink, this is what I like to do for fun. I like to call into places that I don't even work at and tell them I'm not showing up. It's a good time, man. Nobody gets hurt. You know, there's just some confused guy on the other end of the phone who's like, yeah, you tell the big boss man Dave Martin isn't taking his shit no more. You can try to cover my shift if you want, but your job ain't worth a bowl of farts, jackass. I don't think we have anyone here that works for Dave Martin. And you never will, asshole! Click a ride! I'm number one! I'm the funniest guy alone in his apartment. I'm gonna go drink a bottle of red wine in the shower and scream out I'm a good person. Yeah, it's a therapeutic way to approach life, but you know, obviously you guys haven't chugged any red wine in the shower before. Okay, all right. I'm just trying to get to know you guys. A couple of nights ago, though, I was back at home, and I came home. I had a little bit too much to drink. I sat down, and I started watching TV, and I saw one of those infomercials to sponsor a child through World Vision. I saw those commercials are sad, you know? They're terrible. I mean, it's terrible that there is that situation. Not that they're terrible that they have commercials for them, but it's sad. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to do something nice. I'm going to sponsor a child through World Vision. And now, if I ever go over to Africa, I got somewhere to crash. Do you know how many cups of coffee I had to give up every day so that kid could live? One. And you feel that at around 2:30 in the afternoon, like, oh, I could really go for a coffee, and oh, that's Mobutu's coffee. Can't do it. I gotta make sacrifices too. Are there a lot of couples here this evening? I don't want you to commit to anything too controversial, like relationships. And I don't know, should I say something, honey? We've been going on for a while, should I? I don't know. If you are and you're in a beautiful relationship, well, fuck you very much. I'm not, no. That's wonderful that you're nice, that you're enjoying each other's company. That's cool. I got through I got out of a relationship a little while ago, and I think we can all agree that you really know that your relationship is over when she changes her Netflix password. Man, I wish I got into that Orange is the New Black show. I really screwed that thing up. Yes, the relationship, I screwed that up, but the whole Netflix thing, oh man, you gotta take advantage of things when you can. Yeah, I always knew that our relationship, that there were problems in it, I will admit that, and I always knew that there are always warning signs when things are going downhill. Like my last girlfriend, you know, we're at home, we're watching Law & Order, and we used to actually watch CSI together, but one time she caught me taking notes, and so we're watching, okay, over here, not so much, okay. We're watching Law & Order, and she turns to me, she asks one of the creepiest questions I've ever heard. She says this, she's like, hey, what would you like to have written on your tombstone? I was like, I don't know, I have no idea. And she said, well, I thought, because you're a comedian, on your tombstone you could have, thank you and good night. I was like, oh, that's kind of cute. And she says to me, well, what would you like to have written on my tombstone? I was like, I don't know, how about 2012? All right, cool, you got that. She's fine. We had 3 cats together. She has to take care of them. I'm a deadbeat cat dad. Okay, all right. I try to show up to their birthdays and hockey games and try to be supportive from the sidelines, but you know. I also knew things were going downhill for us because for her last birthday, I bought her a vibrator. And I can't think of a more romantic way of saying, I give up. You take a shot at it. I'll just sit on the edge of the tub and watch. She used to say that I wasn't romantic. I don't think that's true. I think we had many romantic moments, but she said this to me once when we were sitting in a park and we see this elderly couple walk past us and they're holding hands. And she goes, oh, isn't that sweet? They've been together for so long and they're still so much in love that they're holding hands. And I was like, yeah, I think they're holding hands so one of them just doesn't wander off somewhere, okay? I don't know if that's love. I think it's more like the buddy system, all right? There's a whole lot of like, hey, where did you come from? Didn't I shit my pants before I left the house? Who are you? I'm actually looking forward to Alzheimer's disease because then I get to watch all my favorite movies for the first time all over again. It'll be a blast. I always know that men all the time they want to make romantic gestures, and if there's ever been a guy in here that has been stupid enough to get a woman's name tattooed on them, make sure that you leave enough room for "is a bitch" later when you eventually break up. This new girlfriend's gonna have some issues with that. Like, hey, who's Sarah? Oh, Sarah's a bitch. Don't worry about it. Oh my God. Well, I gotta kick this show off. You guys ready for me to bring up your first comic tonight? All right. You guys sound like a hot crowd. I'm gonna bring up your first act. Every time I bring someone on the stage, I want you guys to go crazy. I want you to go fucking nuts like you've heard of us, because well, we haven't heard of you guys, so you know. But please, you guys got a great show ahead of you, and give a very big supportive round of applause for your first act coming up this evening. A very good friend of mine, Mr. Garrett Clark. Everybody, Garrett Clark.